Welcome, CityState 2 fans, to CityState 2 with Omnius Prime. Episode 19, Tax Cuts, Highways, and Final Government Unlock, version 1.3d. I've actually lost a little population since I ended last episode. Now I'm right down to 479,689. I bulldozed an area of medium density and rezoned it for high density. I decided that to do some accessorizing of my city. All of my avenues now pretty much are tree lined. I will build only in tree lined from now on. I also decided, it's time to level up some areas of terrain like I just did there to get the sand out of the way. That'll level up on its own, or I'll fix it later when I get around to really finishing things up here. So, and putting trees in. A high school will go right here, okay? I kind of screwed up here with this building and didn't move it down one, which is what I should have done. But, just kind of, as I'm trying to figure out this new zoning technique and stuff, yeah, I have a few little things to learn and improve on. Let's see. Oh, yes, right here, okay. I took down this area and am now rebuilding it with high density. And as you can see, I put two arcology C's in here. So this block in this area is now complete with an A, B, and two C's. And then I'll, of course, put in two more C's. It looks like it's going to be in the corners here, catty corner. So what I'm trying to do is vary how I lay out the highway here. Now, let's see. I think I'll be okay. Now, first things first. I did say tax cuts, did I not? Yes, I did say tax cuts. Now, what's my goal right now? I had like about 1,100 informal demand. It popped up to 1,931 because I bulldozed that block of medium density to replace it with high density. I also noticed as I was going around through the city that one of my arcology B's was off by one space from the corner. So I bulldozed it. I didn't even look and see how much population it had and replaced it with the arcology B, but this time properly placed. So I have, let's see, 77% middle income people. I've got lower class, only 20%, and my upper class is only 3%. Okay, now I've got to work on my upper class. So let's take a look here and take a look at social ladder, okay? I need to smarten up some of these statistics here so that I can get the accessing upper class beefed up a bit here, okay? I'm doing okay with accessing the middle class, and I'm about to do better, okay? Traffic congestion says 13%, that's not bad. Look at that environment, 99 out of 100, so now I've got a total of 102 out of 100 on quality of life, okay? So now what I got, I need to do better with my unemployment, okay, which is now at 8%. So I still have my airport turned off. Taxes, yeah, I really need to do a lot better in taxes. I also need to do better in corruption, okay? So I need to I need to reduce corruption, which is right now at 7%. So And I can also use a little boost from policies to see if I can't get policies to help out with the social ladder. So right now my goal is going to be to cut taxes. Now, what my goal is going to be is to have 3% differential in tax rate between lower class and middle class. 3% differential between middle class and upper class. So now, what am I going to do? I'm going to drop lower class 3 points. Whoopsie. So from 16 to 13. I'm going to drop middle class 1.5 points to 16. Okay. I'm going to drop upper class 0.5 point to 19. Now I have my 13, 16, 19, 3 points of differential between each class. I raised retail 2 percentage points in the beginning, so I'm going to drop it 1. I raised all the rest of these by 1, so now office I'm going to drop down 0.5 point. Basic manufacturing, I'm going to drop down 2 whole points. Okay, I'm getting 155 bucks out of basic manufacturing, so who cares? But what I want to do is see if I can boost up my basic manufacturing demand a little bit. Okay, my advanced manufacturing, I'm going to take it down 0.5 point. I didn't raise my property tax. Right now, I'm not going to lower it. Okay, so this is kind of round 1 of my tax cut plan. Money printed still 0. Started out at 20,000. Exchange rate 1 USD equals 6.92 CSD, and the inflation rate's a nice comfortable 0.7. Now let's see, that's going to take care of tax cuts. Now I did say highways. Okay, I might as well just drop my highways in since I'm here. So it's come out 1, 2. I'm going to come out and go out like this. Hold on a second. I'm going to go like that. I think what I'd better do here is just, I'm going to level up that whole block right there, just to give myself yeah, I can just drop it to right there. Okay, so that's making my highway. Now what we need to do is come back here and drop these. Man, it's so cool that Andy made these off-ramps right here for the avenues instead of just doing roads. Oh, this is just so perfect now, because it's now just so natural to, you know, do it right on the avenues that have high density traffic. Ooh, and I just timed that out perfect. Okay, so that's highways. So now that's kind of like round 1 of my tax cuts. Okay, and now as you can see, I can fill in, I can accessorize, back behind these buildings with trees and stuff, which I can do off camera. Now you notice I've got these spaces here. Now you notice why I did not zone along these avenues, okay? Because I knew the highway was coming in. Now I can do fun things like place a 4x4 building here and a little 3x3 park in here, or pop a high school in. We're more likely to pop a high school in and then pop in some kind of other building right there, 4x4 with the little park. So I've been building with the plan, and as you can see now, I'm working on beautifying the city. Now I got to build up my medium density. I've done my tax cuts. Now I got to do something about social mobility. Okay, so I decided that what I'm going to do is, like I showed you, let's come back here, look at the, what is it? No, here. Corruption, minus 0.2. So what I need to do is I need to focus on corruption, okay? So let's go to econ. Let's go to, what is it, stimulants and stimulus, economic stimulus, okay? So here, if I provide subsidized loans to selected businesses, it gives me a little boost to each type of business, gives me a +1 on corruption, okay? Costs me $11.99, I get a little approval from the left. If I go no incentives, see, I mean, everything else is always going to be just +1, but if I go no incentives, I get nothing. I get a little approval from the right, since that's a good deal, and a little disapproval from the left. Since I got to kind of boost up the right side of my approval rating, I'm going to do this one, and that helps me fight corruption. Okay, so now if I go to government, if I go to healthcare insurance, my compulsory public-private funded plan is providing 2.5 points against corruption, okay? Yes, I get some civil rights and social ladder. I get a boost in birth rates. I get a boost in health care. I even get a boost in retail, office, and advanced manufacturing. But if I just go optional and private funded plan only, now civil rights going to take a big hit at -3 points. My office was going to go up 1. My advanced manufacturing is going to go down 1. Economic freedom goes up 2. Ooh, birth rate down 4. That's big time. Health down 2. But now my effect on the corruption index is only 0.5. So I'm going to drop 2 whole points that way. And as you can see, I'm going to go from -20 and -10 to +10, approval from the right, and 50% disapproval from the left. So once again, I'm veering right. Because the last time I checked, I was in deep doo-doo with the right wing. Okay, so if I did healthcare insurance, I need to do some human cloning. Is that in the society? So what I want to do is human cloning. So here we are at allow cloning and genomics. Man, big factor for the education and stuff. This was when I was doing the education boost. Yeah, I still have this turned on. So what if I go allowed for research purposes only? Okay, that one gives me some nice pluses here and some negatives. If I go here, I get less pluses, but I get like a little bit on health and education, a little birth rate, a little bump down on economic freedom, gain some advanced manufacturing, and somehow this doesn't affect approval from left or right either way. So I think I'm going to go with this one, just so that I'm dropping that education down. Okay, so that it helps with the basic manufacturing. Now, let's see, society, drug legislation. Okay, right now I got legal for medicinal use only, decriminalized. That contributes 1 point to corruption. If I go all drugs are legal with proper labels and medical warnings, That now gives me a nice -3 on my corruption index, +2 on religiousness. See, this is just this blows my mind. The religiousness, when you legalize all the drugs, should be a big hit against religiousness, just like it is birth rate. And then if you legalize it, um, um, if you prohibit or criminalize it, this is where I should get a big boost in religiousness. But if I go here, I get that beautiful jump in fighting corruption. And since I want to get people going up into the upper class, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bite the bullet on some of these other negatives, like that civil rights. Um, Approval from the right, whoo, -70%, and so that kind of sucks. But that's why I was doing those other ones to aid the right wing. Okay, make them happy. So that takes care of those two. Now, down to 50. I'm just going to live dangerously. I want to come here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost basic man. I'm going to reduce, let's see, I'm going to reduce office, since I reduced retail last time. So, let's boost up the basic. Let's drop office. Okay. Oh, and I don't get any social ladder. Gee whizzikers. Oh, well. How about that? Let's try that. Can I actually pull this off? Let's enact it. Nope, it won't let me do that. So, I'm just going to go ahead and enact that one. So it's like the retail one for some odd reason. Okay. Now I'm going to boost basic manufacturing and reduce advanced manufacturing. Okay. So basic up by 1, advanced manufacturing oh, that's an interesting concept. I can't do that. How about a retail? Ooh, and this is the one that'll give me the 2 points of some social ladder. Okay, so reducing the retail. So I can't reduce the advanced manufacturing. That's a bummer. unless I'm able to balance it out somehow. Interesting. Oh, now it lets me do something. But okay. So I'm going to go ahead and enact that. That's going to, ooh, man, drop me down to 12. Well, let's see if we have a little bit of riots in the streets today. So let's run some clock. Let's have a little fun. Let's watch the numbers go. I'm almost disappointed that nobody decided to riot. Okay, wow. Look at that middle income housing. And now it's dropping. I've got to build a few more arcology Cs. So, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let's see. A, C, B. Oopsie. Let me make sure I get it in the correct corner there. Okay. So, give myself plenty of housing for the middle income. Now, okay, my social ladder is popped up. Nice. Let's come back here and take a quick look. Now I'm at point one here on accessing the upper class. Okay, I've got to work on. I also got to work on water. um, so now, as you can see, the informal demand by dropping tax rates, I now have improved my informal demand. Okay. Um, but right here, and now look at that, I have no negative on my taxes for the accessing the middle class. Okay. My corruption is now down to 0. Okay, my incarceration rate's going to drop like a stone. Okay. Birth rate's at 1.3. Whew. You know, good thing I'm not relying too much on birth rate. Ooh, I got up to 489,000, so I gained about 10,000. So yeah, I'm going to obviously need to cut taxes more and get that cranked up. And what I've got to do is add some more water and all this other stuff. But what I wanted to do is now my goal in this episode is to hit 1.2 million national population. Wow, and get my 40 enacted policies to progress. So I'm just going to keep adding. I've got all my policies added that I can add. So let's see, that's going to be, was it 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 times 3 is 42. So I have my 42 policies. So I have 40 enacted policies to progress. So I'm just, all I need is population. So I built my highway, even though I really don't need it. But I just want to get it started now and kind of set these intersections up and stuff. And now it's just a matter of building and getting getting my buildings to level up, adding in some new areas. As you can see, that river's going to disappear, and I still have a bunch. I'm still making a ton of money. So I'm going to kind of, well, you know what? While I'm doing tax cuts, let's take them down 1, 1, 1. How about a half, 1, a half. How about if we do that, okay? And bring the tax rates down. Boy, that, so let's see. That's going to, okay, I still got plenty of room. What's it going to do to my social ladder? Boy, look at that. It's really increasing. Now it's at 0.3. Still here, my corruption's down to 0, so that's good. I got to work, my unemployment is at 7, so I'm working that back to where I want it to be. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working here now. 20 million, and I get to unlock the air taxis. So I'll probably be back about the time that I'm going to end up doing that. I'm almost done with replacing the medium density residential. I have one more to go. Let's warm up the stats a little bit. Now, before I get the clock running, screens up, demand, and stats. Oh, I just love these information screens. Over here, my informal demand is 1,906, going down by 36. So let's go ahead and like to run it down. Now it's down by 43. So now we're down in the 1800s. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these two medium densities. Get rid of that. Now what I'm going to do is place in arcology C right here. Bang. Okay. Let me just go ahead and, whoopsie. There. Level out the terrain there. Looks like I'd better do that right here as well. Okay. See, I'm greening up the city. Now I've got some walkways. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is place a park right here. Ooh, let's go with this guy. Okay. So, let's go ahead and run some clock. You'll notice that, see, the informal demand popped up to just a little over 2,000. So, I think I've pretty much finished replacing all the medium density manufacturing with high density. Now you notice my unemployment rate is 10. Now it's at between 9 and 10%. What's happening is I'm kind of burning that candle on both ends. I'm getting rid of some housing, okay? So this is going to get rid of workers, so all of a sudden I'll have jobs opening. Then, as I'm also replacing the medium density businesses with high density, that's cutting out employees that already had jobs. So then they're going to have to find new ones as these buildings build up and stuff. So 1854, 1850. I think I'm just going to go ahead and let's get this done. There. All right. Now, let's take a look here. So what I'm doing is, let's get back to high density, residential. Okay, so I'm going to do, I always want to leave a space in between, and then I'm going to come out and do 160. That gives me 5 4x4s. Okay, now what I was doing, I was making a mistake, and I was starting here instead of here, and then I was going over too much. Now if I hit control, I get 3 6x6s. I was getting 2 6x6s and 2 4x6s, and so I was off by 1 space on my spacing. So I've got some high density housing I still have to rip up and replace. So let's go ahead, let's get my trees in here and trees in here. Man, that doesn't look like much in the way of trees. And it looks like I might need make absolutely certain that I'm at the nice level. Put in some trees. Now I can just let clock run. Okay. How's hospitals doing? 294, 99. So I need another hospital. So let's come over here. Let's pop a hospital right here. Okay. Now, they're just building up really nice. What about my schools? How are my schools doing? Okay, let's find some schools. There we go. Oh, they're all over the place. Okay. There, I definitely need a couple of schools. Let's see, I could put a park in here, or I can place another school. Where's my other parks at? Okay, so this is going to be a park, so I'm going to have to level this up since parks don't quite level up nice. So let's level that up. Let's come over here and pop one of these guys. Okay, and I think what I'll do is come over here one of my little flags there. Okay, so that's going to give me some parks. Now, what I'm going to need are elementary schools, a couple of them. So let's just come back in here. Now here I left a little bit of extra. I normally only do like one 4 instead of 2, but somehow I just went extra wide here. So let's put in 1. Let's put in 2 schools. Now, in the in between the schools, trees. That's what keeps my environment score up so nice. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to play with water and yep, water and power pretty soon. So let's just see, now we're at 1674, 98. Let's just go ahead and throw a 3rd school in here like that. Okay, and then I'm going to have to check high schools and stuff like that, police stations. But I'm going to have to do some water and stuff. But more importantly, wow, so when I last left off, I was at 480,000. Now I'm at 782,000, so that's 400 growth. But what I didn't come here to show you building. I came here to play with tax policy. So now, hold on. Let's come over here to this and look at my population screen. Okay, I'm still got that 0 on the social ladder. Okay. I got good going from accessing the middle class. If you look at my statistics here for the population, I have 11% lower class. Now, when I started this episode, I was around 22%, and that's when I did the tax cuts. So what I was doing, and I didn't really take much off the top, okay? So what I ended up doing was funneling my population into the middle class. Look at that. I've got 87% middle class. Now, why did I want to do that? Because I'm building all of these arcologies, all middle income. So I need the middle class to fill up the arcologies, and I've got tons of them to build. So by channeling my population into the middle class, I'm helping to fill up my arcologies quicker. Okay, but now I think it's going to be time to well, while I'm over here, see my slums demand is pretty good. Still got, ooh, that birth rate is like, whew, nada. Traffic congestion popping up to 17%, but yeah, I'm filling in the areas. My GDP per capita is now 235.6 thousand. Participation rate is only 68.7. GDP growth 2%. Now, my exchange rate's coming down. I'm only at 6.32. My total growth bonus for basic manufacturing is minus 99. The advanced manufacturing is a plus 93. You can see my GDP per capita is now strengthening up my exchange rate. Okay. Right now I'm doing pretty good. It looks like I need to add another port. I mean, it's just like as if I don't have enough ports already. Oh, where did my ports go? They came over here. So let's just pop a port. Andy sent me an email yesterday, and he's working on fixing the port problem. He said, as we speak. So the last final major update is coming out real soon. I don't know if it'll come out before I end up putting out this video or not. So wow, look at that inflation rate, 0.6%. Whew, that's awesome. So let's just see. So now look at how that ports and airports line on the trade balance went up to plus 10. So that definitely, you know, my inflation rate 0.6. My housing demand. Look at my housing demand. I mean, I'm just really this information screen for the demand. I'm just riding it like a champ. Now, over here, I do want to reduce some taxes. So what I want to do now is basically start pushing people from middle to upper class. So what I'm going to do is do a 1% decrease in the middle class. I'm going to do a 1% reduction in the upper class. I'm going to go 0.5% on retail, office, and advanced manufacturing. I'm going to let basic manufacturing ride. And I'm also going to, at this point, cut property tax. Now, normally I would never, I will never cut property tax below 0. Okay? Always going to charge some property tax. Now, my civil rights score says 73. And what I'm going to need to do is find something that's going to give me I need 7 points of economic freedom. So let's just see what I've got. Economic freedom. Okay, economic freedom. See, that's going to drop it by -2, and that's going to be a 5-point boost right there. So that'll give me a +3. So let's enact that one. Let's see, I gotta find something that is going to antitrust. Ooh, that's got +5 on the economic freedom. Not gonna mess with that. Let's see, here we go. I'm not sure if that's gonna give me economic freedom. Let's take a look at this. This is giving me a -1. That gives me a +3, no specific regulation. So, okay, so I did finance and I think wage control. So let's go ahead and run some clock. Oops, I screwed up. I'm supposed to do civil rights. Well, I'm going to be back in another little segment here, and I'm going to fix this up. I've got to go for civil rights, not economic freedom. Okay, now that I've wiped the egg from my face after kind of getting confused there with my policies and my objectives. So like I said, I've got to hit 80 points of economic freedom. So I've got to focus on economic freedom. So you can see some of the policies that I passed for economic freedom have made corruption rise 4% from 0. Okay? And that's going to put a little negative on the social ladder for accessing the upper class. Now we can see that my tax cuts actually got me to 0 from like -0.4. I've actually dropped a little bit in accessing the middle class. Okay, so right now I want to focus on my let's do this. Now I've got lots of money, and that last little tax cut helped, you know, on my taxes, cut that. So I think what I'm going to do, and I've got making $154,000 a month. So what I'm going to do, I want to see what effect the you know what? Let's just do this. I'm going to drop 1, 1, and 1. Okay, I think I'm going to stand pat on my businesses for now. Yeah, maybe let's do advanced and office. Okay, we can drop those a bit. My retail's still doing pretty good. So let's see. And now I'm going to raise my contribution up 0.5% to the nation. Okay, I've got like $41 million on hand. So let's go ahead and pass some legislation. I'm going to go to the economy. I'm going to start off with copyrights and patents. Enforce for all sectors. How about no? Do not enforce copyrights, okay, and patents. That's going to gain me 5 points. Boom. Retail regulation. Let's see, retail regulation. I'm going to go no regulation. That gains me 2 points. Okay. Going to do the stock market. And we're going to... Nope. We're going to go self-regulated with private rating agencies. I think that gains me another 5. Okay. Now I'm going to do foreign investments. So I think I'm going to ban... Nope. There we go. I'm going to ownership and investments allowed. Economic freedom gives me a plus 3 points. And now we're going to do antitrust. This is the one where I go this way and I'm going to gain 5 points. Okay. So now what's going to happen is you can see my economic freedom has now gone to 83. If I come back here, I can research my air taxi. Now, this is an interesting concept because I've been writing down the prices. Now, earlier when I first checked this, I was at 20,256,430. So I'm going to write this one down. It's going to be 15,815,740. I've got to ask Andy what makes the prices fluctuate. I'm wondering if it's currency value. So I'm going to go ahead, pay the currency price, and that is done. I still got almost 26 million left, and now I can build an air taxi. And since I have a feeling that Andy is going to fix the port problem here very quickly, and I might not. Now here you can see I've already extended past my neighborhood here. I had to extend this avenue out and the water so that I would have more ports to put in. So I'm going to bank on it changing. Okay, come on. I want to bulldoze. Get rid of that park. No, we need transportation, air taxi. Now, why did I want to build it right here? Because with that water, as you can see, that's going to be, that's going to be easy to see. Okay? So that's going to be my air taxi, and I really don't even need it, but what the heck. Okay, so let's see. That tax cut has dropped me down to 114,000. And of course, now what's going to happen is, look at my corruption's up to 11%. So in the one sense, the help I'm getting on the taxes is kind of being negated by the corruption. But look at now my freedom, economic freedom, jacked up. So basically, it kind of offset the corruption increase. But I don't want the corruption increase. So now I have unlocked the air taxi, and basically all I'm going to do now is just build, build, build. I've still got a bunch more stuff to put in. Let's just take one more quick look at my tax rates. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try that. Let's go 11, 12, and 14. Okay. And let's go ahead and let's run some clock here. Okay, that's going to bring me down to 89. Okay, I think I'll probably let's do that. and just shave it down a little bit. I want to work on that unemployment percentage, and let's see how that more tax cuts do on the, okay, so now I've got a +8 there. So I'm going to have to dumb down my economic freedom and get my corruption back under control, and just keep building up. So I'll probably be seeing you in about another 400,000. My next goal is to unlock the government HQ at 1.2 million. It's taken me a little bit to get here, but I'm finally at 1.199 million. So I'm getting ready to do my final government upgrade. So I had to find the government building, which isn't easy now. So let's run some clock and watch this baby pop up. There we go. So now, as you can see, what happens is there's this big like high-rise thing here. And of course, as you can see, now there's 5 flags, the government upgrade, and now I'll get some new policies to enact. 3 times 3 is 9 of them, which is going to be cool. So, here's my Ukrainian Don't Tread on Me flag. Slava Ukrainia! Now, you may notice that things look a little different as far as the user interface goes. And yes, I am now playing in the version 1.40a. Right after I did the last episode, Andy popped a brand new version. One of the things that you can see right here is I now only have 2 ports. Okay. I have a pretty hefty, what is that, 27K difference between exports and imports. But that doesn't matter to my ports and airports. Andy fixed that. So that got fixed really nice. As you can see, I actually was able to place some marina and the little yacht amusement pier. Now, before I get to, going too much farther, I sure want to show you a whole bunch of the stuff from 1.40a. Let's just see. Woo! I guess what I need is another upgrade there. First time that I've gone to air taxi level 3. But as you can see now, this is the full air taxi. It starts out with, I don't know, 4 levels, and then it adds 3. So really cool the way that's looking. Looks like a few new buildings and stuff too that I'm looking at. Looking really good. Or the buildings got painted more. But now, the whole idea is here at the special building, I've done the 1.2, I got 40 enacted policies. Now, I need 90 points of civil rights, and I want to get the state-owned media's policy enacted. So, I'm going to be back in just a moment. First, I want to study my policies. I want to look at unlocking the state-owned media and getting that done before the end of the episode so I can talk a little bit about the new buildings. Well, here I am at a decision point. Here's my nuclear power plant. I'm running out of power, and I have finished up using up my first fusion power plant. So this is producing 40,000 power. Now, what I'm going to do is delete it. And as you can see, the user interface has changed a little bit. And then I'm just going to drop in a fusion power plant. Now I need to replace 40,000 of power. So I think that 57 is going to do the trick. Let's come down. I know that I'm going to need water. I'm starting to change how my water works. Okay, so I think what I'm just going to do right now is just do that. and not pinch the pennies and just have more time to play. So now let's see what I've got here. I've changed legislation here. Now I need to do what's here on the society. I changed some things and I sparked a riot, and now the riots are destructive. And somehow I was gonna bail out of the game, but I forgot and I exited and saved, but the riot disappeared and stuff. But what I did is I changed this family planning and the band lobbying to gain more civil rights. I had to come in here and do this state-owned media, which is taking away civil rights, -4. Okay. So now what I need to do is, I think what I'll do is this last one right here. Let's see if I can gain a point here. Now, off camera, in between the big segments, when I last was at like around 700 and some odd thousand, I had changed the boost basic manufacturing and reduce office and retail to boost social ladder and reduce civil rights, which has really done a great job on boosting my people, my upper class. So I'm going to boost civil rights because I need that, and I'm going to reduce social ladder. Right now I don't need that. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce social ladder. So I'm going to basically reverse these changes. And let's hope that I don't spark a doggone riot. So let's go ahead and enact. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this one. And so we're going to do social ladder. Civil rights. Okay. And I'll enact that one. Now I'm going to do this guy. Do the social ladder. Boost the civil rights. Okay, let's see. So that's going to be 79. That's going to be 65. Okay, I don't think they're going to get all honked off all of a sudden. So let's just see what kind of effect I have. So I'm at 79 on civil rights. So I'm going to need to run clock, build up my stability, and make sure to build up my approval. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And I'll be back. And what I'm hoping for is to find some civil rights things that will boost me up to 90. Here we are. Here is the new building, which is the Museum of Art under the new leisure category. Okay, the Museum of Art. And then you have a stadium, and I'll show you that in a moment. So this was just a new building. It's pretty slick looking. And let's get back to the task at hand, which is legislation. I found a couple of ones that are going to, whoa, let's go here to the government. So we're going to go to healthcare insurance, okay? Civil rights, -3. If I go to universal public plan, I go to a +5. So that's an 8-point swing. Woo! Going to cost me some big money, but that's okay. I've got the big money. So that's going to take care of a nice 8-point swing. I need 11. So we're going to go to pensions. Okay, so let's see. We've got the state funded. Let's see. This one goes to +3. So there's another 2. So that's going to cost me some more big money. But who cares? I got plenty of big money. And now we're going to go to private schools. Okay, here I get a -0.5, but if I go here, that's 2, so it's going to give me a nice 2.5-point swing. So let's go, and of course it's going to cost me some money. That's okay. So let's go ahead and run some clock. Bingo time. I now have 91 on my civil rights. I can come to the special buildings, and it's going to cost me 8207. Now, what I found was that the unlocking cost, these research costs, are dependent upon currency value. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, the state run media is right here. So let's see, how big of a building is that? Is that the 6x6 kind of building? Nope, it's an 8x8. An 8x8. So, where am I going to stick an 8x8? Well, I could stick it in here somewhere. Stick it in your ear, right? So let's just do it right here. I'm going to do it in the business area. Since I don't... Ooh, do I have... No, I probably don't. Oh, and I don't have enough room there to do it. But I do right here. So I think that's what I'll do, is just plop it right there. Now that'll should give me a 10-point pop to my approval instantly. There it is, 64% now. Okay, that's the beauty of the state-owned media. Whoops, census tool is right here. Okay, so yeah, I finally did it. Now let's get back to that stadium. Wow. Now, okay, this is kind of cool. Okay, this is the stadium. It's a big building. This is like 16 by something. Okay, now this is something I haven't seen since Cities XXL, is being able to come into the building and look around. Of course, you have to do it very carefully. So yeah, this is pretty cool, you know, that, you know, we can see inside. It would be even cooler, of course, as if, you know, there's people in the stands and there was a little soccer game going on. But this is still really cool that we can go inside a building and see inside. And like I said, last time I saw that was Cities XXL. Now, I think that definitely is a wrap for this episode. What I'm going to do is, since Andy came out with this brand new update, the 1.40A, and I think, yeah, I really want to show this more. But as you can see, I have done a great job of building my city up. I have 22% upper class. So now what I'm trying to do is, hopefully with that tax cut, is funnel more people from the lower class into the middle class. Okay, let's take a look here. Woo, boy, really put a big hit on the right as far as boy, look at that, the policies, man. But it's a good thing I got that extra boost on the approval rating. So let's just see, are we going to get any rioting coming on? No, I don't think so. Okay. So that's really good. But let's take a look at some of the stats. Okay, you can see my informal demand is something else. I've got to start building some housing again, but I have that under control. You can see that the social ladder I've done a real nice job on. I've got to turn off the airport. That's one thing I found, is that in the new version, I actually built the airport up a bit. Look at that corruption rate, -6%. Ooh, birth rate 2.4. That's really awesome. Traffic congestion 19%. One of the nice things is that Andy found a bug in the traffic congestion and fixed it, so that's why the traffic congestion has dropped a bit. But now what I'd want to do is get some people from the lower class up into the middle class to fill those arcology buildings. Here, in the new version, I was at like 230 GDP, 233 K GDP per capita. Now I'm at 220, almost 221. And then when the 1.40 dropped, it dropped to 130 GDP per capita. And so I kind of had to go through and build everything back up again. But I've never had 22% upper class. So what I'm going to do is, and let's take a look. Slum dwellers, nada. You see 0, then 1, and 1. That shows I have never had a slum dweller in this city of 1.238 million. So yeah, this city is coming along. I hope that you'll be back for my next version, where what I really want to do is concentrate more on some of the new features like the mixed zoning and you know, the leisure stuff. So yeah, it's really nice. There's a new road layout tool that is you know, pretty much like the same thing, but a little improved. And yeah, just watch me kind of do a nice little preview of the new, basically final version.